Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's 6 to 7 webinar. My name is Sean. You may or may not have been taught by me before. I come from Ireland. I work in Milan in the school on Via Meravigli. I should be joined by Danielle, but we're having some technical issues and she doesn't seem to be able to connect. Please let me know if everyone can see and hear me anyway. I think, okay, Danielle.
Everyone, sorry about that.
That's the main thing. Anyway, I just introduced myself, so can you introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Danielle. Lovely to meet you all via YouTube. And I'm Australian, and I've been living in Italy for about 18 months. Okay. And I've been teaching at MIS for about 18 months as well. Now, I'm a colleague of Sean's. We work together at the same school at Meravigli. And it's great to see so many of you from sort of around the country. Obviously, this is going everywhere in Italy as well as in France and in Spain. So tell us your name and also where you are from. Okay.
We have a few comments already. We
Salvatore.
have Salvatore, Katerina from Livorno, very good. Yeah, everyone commenting, please tell us where you're from anyway.
So guys, let's great to have you here, and let's make this as interactive as possible. So please send us your comments and questions and answers, and we can share what you write with everyone else.
So today's focus is the supermarket. So Danielle, do you want to introduce the topic?
Yes. So in this focus, we're going to look at language that we use when we go grocery shopping. And then we look at comparatives and superlatives. So it's a nice combination of vocabulary, general vocabulary, and some grammar as well. And also, we thought it was a good topic because it's very much an everyday thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Something which you talk about these things in your normal life. So hopefully it's helpful. Okay.
Yeah. The only place we're going these days.
Yes, exactly. Got some. Oh, Ariana. Hi, Ariana. Yeah, I know Ariana from our writing club. Antonella from Naples. Annalisa from near Naples. Oh, we've got lots from the south, which is good. Daria from Rome. Francesca's from Bologna. Excellent. Welcome, everyone.
Great. Yeah, lots of viewers tonight. So let's get started. So we have this first slide, which is true or false. So we have some statements about supermarkets, and let us know if you think they're true or false. So I'll have a read through them now. Shopping trolleys are built bigger to make you buy more. 2. Fresh produce is at the back of the shop. That way your fruits and vegetables are not crushed by the other items you buy. The most expensive products are usually on the right-hand side. The cheapest products are usually on the bottom shelf. Okay, any vocabulary you think needs explaining, Danielle?
Yeah, I think there's some quite interesting words in here. So the trolleys are the things that you push. Yep. A trolley are the big things you push in the supermarket. When we say fresh produce, that's so those two words maybe make sense individually. When we put them together, it usually means fresh food. So food like fruits and vegetables. Okay, that's the best example. All right, not things that are in packets, things that are fresh, things that are, things you usually have to pick up directly.
Mhm.
We've also got to crush. Yeah, Ariana, great. So to crush is when you maybe when you squash something. Okay. So for example, if you have eggs, your eggs on the bottom and you put something heavy on top, they crush the eggs. All right, to crush or to squash. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and shelf.
Yeah.
What about shelf? Do you know what shelf is, everyone? Shelf is the piece of furniture where you put things on. Okay. Yeah, so you can have a shelf in your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your living room, and at the shops.
Mhm.
Okay.
Great.
Lots of people coming in with their answers.
Yeah. So Francesca says true. So does Antonella. Salvatore says false. What do you think, Danielle? True or false?
I think it's true. Yoda says it's true. Okay,
Yeah,
number one, true. Okay.
seems to be true. Yeah, I don't I sometimes when I go to the supermarket and maybe I want to not buy so much, I stop myself taking a trolley because I know if the trolley is there, I'll just keep putting things in and putting things in. So yeah, I think it does make you buy more.
Yeah, I think it does as well. I usually get a basket. So, you can have a trolley or you can have a shopping basket. Okay, and that's the one that you carry, a shopping basket.
Mhm.
Okay, what about the second one, guys? Okay, so Christina is saying the second one is false.
Yeah, I think it is myself. We'll see.
Salvatore says it's true. That's false.
They're usually at the front of the shop. Now, the first thing you see is the produce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
why it's the first thing. Maybe because it's attractive or something.
Yeah, I think it's because usually fresh produce is colourful and looks nice, right? It's quite, it entices you, it makes you want to enter the shop. And I guess it also makes you feel good about yourself and things in general. So it puts you in a good mood before you do your shopping.
Yeah, it's more lively than the frozen food anyway.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
third one?
Antonella says true. Christina false. Yoda false. Francesca false. True. Oh, we've got a big mix, which is good.
So they're saying true.
Do you know why, Sean?
No, I
Because I
don't.
don't. No.
Okay.
No.
Maybe people are because most people are right-handed.
Hmm.
More people go for the right-hand side, and fewer people bother to look down to the bottom shelf
Yeah.
if they
Yeah,
want
that
people
makes sense. Yep.
to buy the more expensive.
I
Mm.
know. So at the ends of the of the aisle, all right. So you have the big long aisles. At the end, there are sections where companies pay more to have their products there because they're very visible. So if the company pays more, if the supplier or the brand,
Mm.
then their products are more visible. Okay, to make
Okay.
it's more likely that people will buy them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Very interesting anyway.
very good.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some good comments coming in generally. Is that Elaine? I hope I said that right. So number one, I think so because you're always taking up of your list? Yeah, maybe because you're buying more than your shopping list. Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah,
good.
and in the last one, we have a bit of an introduction to superlatives. We have two superlatives. We have the most expensive products and the cheapest products. So this is interesting because these two are opposites, and they're also the two kinds of superlatives. So for a short adjective like cheap, you add est, and for a long adjective like expensive, you have most beforehand. So we'll definitely be going into this as we go forward, but that's just a little introduction. So now we have some more vocabulary. So we're talking about the departments, the sections of the supermarket, and we have some pictures with food, and you have to match the department to the pictures. So can you read through the list of departments, Danielle?
Sure. So fresh, dairy, canned or tinned, deli, bakery, poultry.
Hmm.
Right. There are some unusual words in there, so we'll look more closely at them once you've tried to match them to the pictures. Okay, got some strange pronunciations, and yeah, some of them are just unusual words. Maybe it's the first time you've seen them.
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you go to the supermarket at the moment, Sean? I think we've had this conversation.
Yeah, I'm about once a week I'm doing it now. The first few weeks there was always a queue, but the last time I went there wasn't.
That's good.
How often have you been going?
Yeah, once a week during the lockdown, but usually more often. Um, yeah. Okay, we've got some answers coming in. So a few people are saying A as poultry, and you're absolutely right. Yep.
Yeah, perfect,
Okay.
great. So poultry is any kind of bird that you eat, isn't it? Kind of white
Exactly.
meat,
Yeah.
like duck and chicken and goose, all of those.
Okay. And
Mhm.
the pronunciation is a little strange. So it sounds like pole tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Write it for you. Okay.
Mhm.
You say it's sort of like pole tree. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But answers are streaming in now.
Yeah.
So for B, has anyone said B though?
Yeah, I think
Oh
Antonella
yeah,
has it up there. It's a bit of a funny one. I don't think most people will know that. Yeah, how would you explain a deli, Danielle?
so for this, we would say it's the deli section, yeah, or the deli, and it's where things like sausage, like fresh sausage, and cheeses, and sort of specialty foods are.
Yeah.
So it's actually lots of sort of typically Italian food. In an English supermarket, you would find the sort of Italian food in the deli section. All right. Some good examples would be sort of sausage and cheese.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like cured meats. Okay.
Mhm. And C is the bakery,
Excellent.
absolutely, where they have bread, so bread and also cakes and things like that. Anything that you bake. So to bake for these items, to
Yeah,
bake bread, to
exactly.
bake cakes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, what about D? Yeah, Antonella's got it. I think a few others have it as well.
Yeah, canned and tinned. So these are cans or tins, and they can contain any number of foods.
Exactly. So probably nowadays people are buying these because maybe they were worried about not being able to get to the shops.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the difference between canned and tinned? So you can use either of them when you're talking about food. What do you use more often, Sean? Because I think it's a difference between American and British.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would say a tins of food, yeah.
Yeah, I think tinned is like British and canned is American. Okay, but you can use either of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which do you use in Australia?
We use tinned. We use tinned food. But something to distinguish is when you have a drink. So when you have a drink from the aluminium, okay, like a Coke, for instance, Coca-Cola. So we call that a can of Coke.
Yeah.
Right? Do you call it a can as well, Sean?
Yeah, it's a can in that case. I'm not sure why we
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah. So it's definitely a can when it's a drink. But for food, you can use canned or tinned. Yep, or beer, Salvatore. Yeah, a can of beer.
Of course, yeah.
It's a Friday night. I hope you guys maybe have a can of beer or a glass of wine with you.
Yeah, great stuff. So E, let me see.
Antonella. Yeah, dairy. Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, dairy.
dairy.
So cheese or milk or yogurt or
Yeah.
anything based on cow's milk.
Exactly. Yeah, anything made from milk. Even ice cream sometimes you can have in the dairy section.
Yeah.
And so lastly, yeah, fresh. Say fresh produce, or you can just say fruit and vegetable section. That's what I say. Okay, in Australia, that's what the shops usually say, fruit and vegetable section. Okay, well done, guys. Okay, so is there anything you need to get at the supermarket today? Or maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, so tell us. For me, I need to get bread. I have run out of bread. To run out is a good phrasal verb that we use quite conversationally. When you finished something, you don't have any more. Yeah. What do you need to get at the supermarket, Danielle?
I need to get lots of things because the last time I went shopping was a week ago. So I need milk. I need some fruit and vegetables. I need cheese. I need everything basically.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah, I have
Are you
run
going
out
shopping
of
tomorrow?
everything. Yes, tomorrow.
Okay.
Paola's got an answer. We need yogurt, fruits, and salad. Very good. Just a few little things. So fruit isn't countable. It's uncountable. So just fruit. Right? And salad, we don't have it. There's no E. So we can say we need fruit and salad. Okay. Very good. Yep. Salvatore's got some things as well. Need to buy milk, bread, and strawberries. Okay, this is so there's a difference. When we use the word fruit, it's not countable. But when you talk about individual fruits, talk about examples of fruits, they usually are countable. Okay, so strawberries. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Anyone
Let's
else?
keep going.
Here we go. Let's see what Ariana has. I need flour, flour 0. Yep, that's the Italian style, isn't it? To make the bread, but it's finished in all supermarkets. Oh, I didn't know that. I need flour as well.
No, I remember when I went the other day, nothing. The flour section, absolutely empty. Everybody is making bread.
Yeah, it's my husband's birthday next week. And so I wanted to make him a cake, but maybe I won't make a cake. Okay,
You can try and
Antonella.
make one without flour,
Yeah, I
I'm
can do a
sure.
flourless cake. I can try a flourless cake.
Mm.
All right, Antonella, I need some of fruits and vegetables, milk, and a lot of chocolate. Yeah, I need a lot of chocolate as well. Very good. Just be careful. So after some, we don't have of. All right. So I need some fruit and vegetables. Okay. But after some, I know in Italian you do sort of, sometimes you say of, but we don't do it like that. So I need some cereal. I need some milk. All right, it's direct. Francesca, I need some chocolate, fruit, and pasta. Perfect. That is perfect. Yeah. All of those are uncountable. Okay. So, and they're all singular. It's perfect. Well done.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to keep telling us, and we will go through this little dialogue here, which is an example of talking to the people who work in a supermarket to find certain items. So I will be the blue, you can be the red, Danielle.
Okay.
So, hello, do you work here?
Yes. How can I help you?
I'm looking for ice cream.
The ice cream is in the frozen section.
Where is the frozen section?
It's in the next aisle to the left.
Thanks for your help. So, aisle is certainly a tricky word to pronounce. And in case you're not sure of what it is, you have the shelves, which Danielle explained earlier, and between them you have the aisle, like the corridor between the shelves, the aisle. And yeah, it's not Isla, it's aisle, that's the pronunciation.
Yeah, you sound it's like your eye. Aisle.
Mhm.
Right? Aisle. Yeah. So it's like the little streets in the shops. Okay. You can also use it, the word aisle, you can use for on an aeroplane, the middle where you walk, that's the aisle. Also in a church, the bit down the middle, that's the aisle. So we use it in other contexts, not just at the supermarket. Okay, Valeria, just going back to the countable, uncountable. No, you can't say it. It's always
Sorry.
fruit. Yeah. Okay. Never fruits. Always fruit. Okay. Just like other uncountable nouns.
Okay. Great stuff. So we'll try and do little dialogues ourselves, maybe, in the comments. How about you try and ask us where things are? Yeah? So I'm looking for something, and it's in the something section. So we have aisle 1, frozen, aisle 2, fresh, aisle 3, bakery, aisle 4, poultry, aisle 5, dairy, aisle 6, canned, aisle 6, canned, and aisle 6, deli. There's 2 aisle 6s, but anyway. Okay.
Shall we do one first, Sean, while everyone's writing in? Okay. Shall I be the customer this time?
Yeah, great idea.
Hello, I was hoping for some help.
Sure, how can I help you?
I'm looking for a chocolate cake.
Okay, that would be in the bakery on aisle 3.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, where in the aisle is it? Is it on the left or the right, high or low?
The bakery is on the right side of aisle 3, and it'll be just in the middle. You have the cakes between the bread and the biscuits.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. What should we do? Should we maybe go on while people send in their comments? Or, guys, we know
Sure,
there's
yeah.
a delay. We know there's a delay with you writing to us and it appearing for us.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, there is.
Yeah, but it's important for your own learning, certainly, to keep up whether or not we're able to respond every time. So, yeah, we'll just keep going on. So this one is which aisle? So it's the same theme as the last one, and we're matching the questions with the answers. So Danielle, do you want to read through these?
Sure. The first one is, where can I find some broccoli? Where can I find ice cream? Where are the canned beans? Where is the yogurt? Can I help you with something? Excuse me, do you work here? And the answers, yes, I do. How can I help you? They should be in the canned section to your left. Aisle 3, next to the frozen pizzas. You can find it in the fresh section. In the dairy section, aisle 7. Yes, I'm lost. Where is the exit? Okay. So you need to match up these questions with the answers.
Mhm.
Okay. Wondering if there's any vocabulary in there that people don't know. I think you probably know all of it by now. You probably know all those words.
Yeah. I would personally, I wouldn't say canned beans. I would say baked beans because for me, baked beans implies that they're in a can, they're in a tin.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, we've got a few answers. So the answer for number 1, according to Paula, is you can find it in the fresh section. And Antonella says the same. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct. Very good.
Great. Where can I find ice cream? Think about ice cream where you might find that. Paula says the third one down.
Mm, yeah.
Paola's on fire. She's got a few coming in. Yep, Salvatore, you were right with that other one as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Frozen pizzas. Do frozen pizzas exist in Italy? I don't know.
They're very popular in Ireland. I don't know if
Yeah.
people eat them here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're popular in Australia as well. Guys, let us know. Do people eat frozen pizzas here? I doubt they do.
Yeah.
Okay, where are the canned beans? Paula. Sorry, wrong one. Here we go. Second one, that should be in the canned section. Yep. Perfect. Well done, guys. Yep. Exactly. Where is the yogurt? Has anyone got that? I don't know if they have. Number 4. Oh, yeah, Paula. The 5th one down in the dairy section. Yeah. Okay, in the dairy section.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Mhm.
Can I help you with something?
Mm. In Naples, only fresh pizza.
I'm sure. I think that,
I
yeah, I'm
I
sure
thought
they hate
so.
the idea of people eating frozen pizza.
Hmm.
Yeah, well done, Salvatore. Yeah, exactly. The last
And then
one.
the last one.
Yeah. Well done, guys. Excellent.
Great, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so again, you have to answer this for us. So decide who is talking, the clerk or the customer. Put the sentences in the right order. So clerk, who's the clerk, Danielle?
Clerk is the person that works at the shop. I have never said clerk, okay? I would say the shop
Yeah.
assistant, all right?
Mhm.
Clerk is a bit old-fashioned, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
um,
say shop assistant.
exactly, yeah. Okay, and that's not just for the supermarket, obviously. Guys, that's for any shop in general, the shop assistant, yeah?
Mhm. Yeah, the
Okay,
people walking around the shop are shop assistants, but if they're at the till or we call them the cashier, yeah?
yeah.
The cashier at the till. So two kinds of people.
Working at the till, or you can say the checkout. Okay, the checkout, which
Mhm.
means when you leave. Yeah. Okay, before we go on, Antonia has a very good question. I don't know if it's on the slide or if it's just a general question. Okay, so the difference between anything and something. Yes, it's a very good question. So something means um, you're sort of, maybe you want one thing. Okay, you have one thing in mind that you want. Okay, anything is when you don't care what it is. All right. So when it could be this or this or this or this or this. All right. So, for example, I'm really hungry. I will eat anything. All right. So, I'm happy to eat pizza. I'm happy to eat pasta. I'm happy to eat a salad. All right. Anything. It doesn't matter. But I'm hungry. I want something to eat. I'm going to be more particular about it.
Yeah, that's a great
Okay.
example, yeah.
Do you have anything to add, Sean? It's quite a.
No, I mean, again, you could use them in the same situations, but like you said, the difference is something is you're a bit more particular than anything. Anything is absolutely very general.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Okay, we've
so
got.
for these, we have some answers coming through.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that will be £9. Anything else? Very good. That's the clerk.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. hmm Something interesting is that with pounds and dollars, you talk about them in plural, so £9. But with euro, we don't do this in Ireland. We say €9, like in the continent. And it's a very telling sign that someone is maybe from Britain or America if they say €9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Australians probably say euros for plural.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Usually
think
have
it's
dollars
okay
as
either
well.
way. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
definitely,
understood.
yeah, definitely. But definitely dollars and pounds should be plural.
Mhm.
Okay, I think Christina's got it. Maybe some more. Yeah.
Mhm.
The clerk. Yeah. Who
Yeah,
else?
the clerk is the second one. That would be
Francesca.
£3.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
3 is the
Customer.
customer. Very good.
Yeah.
Around 350 grams. Again, is the customer. Of course, how much would you like? Yeah, the clerk.
And then the final two, customer
200
and customer.
grams of yeah,
Hmm.
customer. Very good. Yeah, great.
Okay. There's a.
Mm-hmm. So how much? Yeah, so we have how much and how many. What's the difference there, Danielle?
Okay, so for how much we would use for uncountable things. Okay, uncountables. How many we use for countable nouns. Okay. For example,
Mm.
how many bananas do you want? Sean, how many bananas do you want to buy?
I don't want any bananas. I don't like bananas.
Okay, how many apples? No, you don't like fruit. Okay, how many how many carrots do you want to buy?
I want to buy 5 carrots.
Okay. And how
Mhm.
much milk do you want to buy?
I would like to buy some milk, a bottle of milk, a liter of milk. I
Okay.
can't say 5 milks.
No, exactly. All right. So how much?
Mhm.
Uncountable. How many nouns? How much pasta do you want to buy? All right. Pasta is always
Yeah.
pasta. Yeah.
Mhm. So here it seems that we are buying cheese at the deli, and cheese is uncountable. So you have how much? Exactly. So, of course, how much would you like? Around 350 grams, please. That will be £9. Anything else? 200 grams of ham. Okay, that will be £3. Thank you. Okay, and we have a little note about weight, the different measurements. Yeah. So, what different measurements do we have, Danielle?
Right. So we can talk about kilos, okay, which is what we use um, in the UK and in Australia and in South Africa as well. They use
Mm,
kilos. And then we have grams. So you got 1 kilo, or for example, in this example, 450 grams. All right. So obviously, what you
mm,
guys use in Italy, that's the same thing. In America, they like to be a little different. And so they use pounds. All right. So this is the old system. Okay. It's a system that everyone used, I don't know how long ago, maybe 50 years ago. I can't remember. Maybe about 50 years ago.
yeah, not that long. My grandmother would definitely still talk about pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and so, yeah, that's in pounds instead. Okay. So you can see 1 kilo
Mhm,
is equal to 2.2 pounds. All right. So, um, yeah, but
yeah,
generally, unless you go to America, guys use kilos and grams.
okay. Yeah, and those are very good for anything uncountable, of course, when you can't talk about one or two, to talk about amounts. So, best or worst, yet another dialogue.
Yeah.
I'll be the red, you can be the blue, Danielle.
Okay. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
I would like to buy some liver pate.
Of course. Which one would you like?
I'd like 200 grams of the best quality pate.
Okay. It will cost 12 euros.
That's too expensive. How about 125 grams?
Okay. Or you could choose another pate, which is average quality.
I'll take 125 grams of the best quality product.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, so we have some superlatives here.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So best. This is from good, of course. So good, better, best. It's the most irregular comparative form, but it's also very common. So it's definitely one you have to know. So better than for the comparative, best is the superlative, and this is just the number one, the, great, amazing. So the best is, when you talk about the best quality, the number one pate in the supermarket. There is no better pate in the whole supermarket. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then we have too expensive. What does it mean when you put too in front of an adjective like that, Danielle?
Okay. It means, I was going to say trouble. It means excessive. All right. So it's too expensive. It's excessively expensive. All right.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's not a good thing. All right. It means, like for example, during winter in Milan, it's too cold for me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like the cold. It's too cold. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Definitely. Great. Mm-hmm. All right. Comparing products. So good, bad, expensive, and cheap. So what are the comparative and superlative forms for these adjectives? We just had good. What about bad, expensive, and cheap? Can
Yeah.
anyone tell us those ones, I wonder?
Okay. So you guys remember a comparative is when you use the adjective to talk about one thing against another thing. All right. A
Mhm.
superlative is when you use an adjective to compare one thing against everything else. Okay. So good. You guys know the answer to. Bad is another irregular one. Okay.
Mhm.
But it's so common, like Sean said. So it's good to know them.
Yeah. And then we had expensive and cheap earlier. So
Hmm.
expensive and cheap are both regular, but they're different kinds of regular comparative and superlatives because expensive is a long adjective and cheap is a short one.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ariana seems to know the rule there.
Yeah. Good example. Wine is more
Mm,
expensive than beer. It's also nicer than beer, according to
yeah,
me.
I think it's worth it. Yeah.
You're Irish, you have to say that. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So bad, worse, and worst. And then long adjective like expensive, you put more before it. And then for cheap, it's just EOR or EST. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we can have a little discussion about comparing products. So what do you need at the supermarket and which products should you buy?
Mhm.
So for the last few minutes, let's just talk about maybe our priorities when it comes to products.
Mhm.
So, which products should you buy? So, the best products to buy for something like wine, Danielle, do you think the quality is important?
Uh, yes, but I don't buy the most expensive wine.
Mm,
But I don't buy the cheapest wine. I buy something
okay,
in the middle,
okay.
and something that I know that I like. But I
Yeah,
certainly don't buy the most expensive wine. Um,
yeah,
I don't buy the cheapest vegetables. I don't buy the cheapest fruit and vegetables because um,
okay.
I like better quality. I like the best quality fruit and vegetables.
Mm,
How
mm.
about you? What are your priorities when you go shopping?
Um, I tend to buy kind of the second cheapest of most things. I
Hmm.
don't know why. It's just something that I spend a little extra on is tea. I found that you need to spend money to get good tea in Italy. For wine, I in Ireland, I would have always gone for maybe the more expensive bottles, but in Italy, I find that even the cheaper stuff is good for my standards. So I've
Yes, I
dropped a bit
agree.
what I would spend.
Yeah, I agree. In Italy, you can get good quality wine that's not expensive. It's a very good thing.
Definitely. Yeah. So you guys, please share. Please tell us about what your priorities are, what has to be more expensive and what can be cheaper. Hmm.
Christina, yeah, sorry, Christina, there's a bit of a delay with the comments coming in, but you got all of these correct. So well done. Okay, Francesca's got you'd like to buy some yeast. Very good. Yeast. That's a very particular word. Okay, so do you guys know what yeast is? It's sort of fine powder that makes things rise when you cook it. Okay,
Yeah.
so to make a cake, you need flour and yeast. Yep, or bread or cake. Hmm. And pizza.
When I was in school, I remember we had home economics. I don't know if you did that or something
Yes.
similar,
Yeah.
but we made pizza, and ignorant that we were, we decided we wouldn't do it with yeast. It was too complicated. So we made a scone-based pizza. You would probably say scone, but it
Yes.
was it wasn't great. Yeah, it's like a kind of a cake, a scone, so it's weird.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe some people are writing in, getting towards our 50 minutes. So,
What's the most expensive item in your regular shop, Danielle?
um, very good question. Uh, sometimes, um, sometimes, so I have a baby, so I have to buy baby milk sometimes, and
Oh,
that's expensive.
all right.
Yes, so usually baby things are the most expensive thing.
Mm.
Otherwise,
And
not
you,
too
you
sure.
you want to get the good stuff when it comes to babies, don't you?
Yeah, it would be a bit rude for me not to.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Sean? What's the most expensive thing?
Yeah, so I like to eat fish at least once a week. And I find that here fish, especially salmon, which is my
Yes.
favorite fish, is much more expensive than in Ireland. I suppose it makes sense. It's not as naturally occurring here, but it's definitely the most expensive thing in my shopping.
Yes, I've noticed that fish is expensive. Yeah, it certainly is. And
Hmm.
things like almonds and nuts can be really expensive, I find.
Yeah, so while you're writing your comments, which maybe we can go through at the very end, we'll just have a quick revision of maybe some of the vocab. So we were looking at the departments, we had poultry, the deli, the bakery, the canned and tin section, the dairy section, the fresh or vegetable fruit department. Yeah, we were just kind of looking at then how much and how many, some dialogues. Yeah. And then, of course, our comparatives, which are very important.
Yeah.
Hmm. Anything to add, Danielle?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we're finishing up for time. Apologies for the late start anyway, everyone, but we managed to get the show on the road in the end. So yeah, bye-bye. Have a great evening.
Yep, and guys, there's another 6 to 7, I believe, directly after this. So I might see you then. Yeah, if not, have a great
Okay.
weekend. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye,
Okay, see you
everyone.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.